It's time for Coffee and Cards. I'm your favorite psychic medium, Heather Danielle, and we meet every Sunday here at 9 o'clock for card readings because I have got to put these babies to use. Especially because on my one-on-one sessions, I don't really even use cards. I started thinking about that. It's like, man, I have Coffee and Cards. I have the Coffee and Cards Club. I probably have over 100 decks behind me, and I don't even really use them during readings. And if I do, I will show you. I will show you because they're right here because they're always on my desk. I use too bad I don't have I think the boxes are behind me. Archangel Power Tarot. I'm like a hypocrite, aren't I? I love freaking Oracle, but one of the main ones I use is freaking the Tarot. Romance Angels deck out of print, Doreen Virtue, right? You can get the knockoffs. That's just in case, I need to validate something because sometimes people are like, they're in bad relationships. And then you try to tell them and they don't want to hear it. And then you're like, well, you know what? Let's see what a card says. And then, yeah, definitely come on. And when you come on, say hi because that's how I am drawn to who I'm going to read is spirit guides me to the comments and the names. Doesn't matter what you say. They just kind of, just let me know, draw me to them. And the Talking to Heaven card deck, which can help out a little bit with mediumship, especially if I get certain cards, then I'm like, ooh, yeah, I know these cards really well. And then we establish a relationship. So I know that if it brings up a certain card, then that means like, okay, yeah, it confirms how that person passes, how that person was when they were here in the physical realm and stuff. So yes, let's see who is on. Oh, hey, Jessica. Hey, Travis. Hey, Tina. Hi, Deb. Let me see. Jamie. Yes. Shwana. Ooh, and Kimberly, Jennifer. Oh, okay. So craziness happened when I was trying to figure out what world the deck to use, and it's kind of funny because they kind of have something in common. Okay. First off, Earth Magic. Earth Magic deck. Who's this by? Stephen Farmer. Second deck is Sacred Forest and the Butterfly Oracle. The reason why I love the Butterfly Oracle because believe me, I was like, who wants a freaking card deck with nothing but freaking butterflies? Oh my God. It is so freaking accurate. And it is like really about those life changes, like those monumental things. So I think we need to pull a card just for the group. Like, okay, what we're doing or what we need to be focusing on, as a group. It's so busy. It's so busy. I just feel like this is just talking. There's two cards. Oh my God, there's probably more than I gotta share all three cards. This sucks. But there like we are on to something. Like there's like major shifts happening in a lot of our lives or needs to happen. So let's see what they say. Ooh, look at this. Number one is support. You have to make sure that you are getting the support, that you're reaching out for the support. I don't know why, for the love of God, support will not show up on Facebook. I don't think you guys can see it on Insta pretty clear, but like it just looks like it's blank. So maybe the peeps on Facebook need some support because you can't even see like the word really. So for sure, 1000% support. Whatever you're doing, you're not meant to do it alone. So whether it's like your spiritual work and you got to get with your spiritual homies, I always love the Coffee and Cards Club, but doesn't mean that you have to do anything like that. Doesn't mean like you have to spend any money or anything like that. It can mean like joining a Facebook group, asking your questions, or helping other people and being a support to other people and answering their questions. Okay, but whatever it is, think, absorb, see if it resonates with you. Was that a message for you? Are you doing too much by yourself? Are you needing to reach out to somebody who maybe has been there, done that kind of thing before? All right, let's see what else it says. Oh my God, I knew this was coming up. New exercise program. Ooh, kind of goes with my little thing I got going on on Facebook. No joke, I started a new exercise program. Have you guys? I pulled this card before we even started because I was like, hey, what's going on? Like, what kind of major changes are happening? I did start a new exercise program. I literally am trying out different gyms in the area. I basically tried out all of them anyways. But yes, I spent like over 2 hours in the gym yesterday. It was like really fun. I felt like really badass. I feel like I'm stronger already. So definitely new exercise program. And guess what? I know you know this. But movement, exercise is going to raise your vibration, which in turn is going to help out your spiritual connection. No joke. No joke. And I pulled this card earlier today and I pulled this card. And I don't want to pull this card. I hate this card. This card is end of an era. The last time that I pulled this card, my mom ended up passing away like 5 days later. Well, not passing away, sorry, getting cancer and then passing away 3 weeks later. So end of an era is talking about, letting go of your old ways, different dynamics are coming up. And see if this really resonates with you. I'm gonna read what the effing book says. Sorry, you know what? I hate this freaking card. I didn't want this card to come up. It doesn't mean that someone's going to pass away, okay? It doesn't mean that, okay? It just means big major changes. Think major arcana in the tarot. Think of big major shifts in your life, okay? So end of an era. Like chapters in a book, life has eras that begin and end. You drew this card because a cycle of beginnings and endings is touching you right now. It's important to be very gentle with yourself during times of change. Think of the butterfly in the cocoon, dormant in preparation for rebirth with wings. You're in a similar state right now, so please practice daily self-care. And don't feel guilty about saying no to extra activities so that you can rest, heal, and prepare for the next era ahead. And it's 3132. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. And I wonder if this is also for Facebook user that has to say goodbye to their Palomino tomorrow. End of an era, different major changes, coming up and stuff like that. And we're sending you so much love. We're here for you. Maybe that's another reason why we got the support card. When you're grieving and things like that, you don't have to go through it alone. Like you have us, if anything, because some other people don't know how to deal with grief. But when you have spiritual peeps, man, we know, and we know like, hey, there is no such thing as death. They are going to go to the other side. They're going to be helping you out. We're the ones still in school. They're the ones that graduated. It's crazy. And then Kelsey said, this is all really hitting home. I'm having health issues and have to change my diet. Oh, plus adding more exercise, definitely an end of an era of eating whatever I want. Oh my gosh. Yes. Cause I am macro counting right now, girlfriend. I am like right there with you. Oh my gosh. And I have this book, Kelsey. It's called Eating in the Light. Have you heard it? It's by Doreen Virtue. It's basically like a vegan book. But what's really cool is they have like little bits of facts in there and stuff like that that make you feel a little bit better or give you a little bit of insight. It's a book that's about this big. It's very, very small. It's very, very small, but I love it. All three resonate with everything I'm doing right now. Oh my gosh. Whew. Sending you guys so much love. There's so much, so much. Let's see. Okay. Like I tell you, like there's like a lot of like crazy energy, and I feel I don't know why, but August has been coming up as like a huge month, and I have a feeling just because you know how okay, you guys like stay with me for a second. Do you know how they say that when girls hang out with each other, like their periods sync up? Like I think that when spiritual people get together, it's like our how do I say it? Our like major changes, our life changes sync up. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. One second. I just want to see if I'm live on Facebook really quick. But I think that we are going and we're syncing up. And so a lot of us are going to be, doing a lot of those changes together. Okay. So unfoldment, I really felt Shawana Foster, and then also Facebook user that has to say goodbye. It says this is like the lotus flower for you. I really want to get I don't know what freaking deck this is. I'm pretty sure it's this deck. Okay, I want to see what else is saying. But for some reason, for both of you, I just feel like more information is going to be brought forward, like almost like the go with the flow kind of situation. Not really go with the flow, okay? But the lotus flower like opening up. Let's see what this says, okay? It says blah, blah, blah. That's what it says. And then it says, whoa, okay, I don't really care about that. All right, your spiritual unfoldment is occurring at all times, whether you are aware of it or not. It is inevitable as long as you put your trust in the hands of the Creator, the one who holds the light. Like the lotus, your soul is always reaching for the light to fulfill its karmic destiny. But even in the process, there are periods of darkness and times to rest. It is a natural cycle, one that cannot truly be coerced or halted. It has an innate rhythm of its own, one that is unique to the being that is you. You do not need to strive or be driven by spiritual ambition. It does no good to try and force growth upon yourself or others, for that matter. Allowing is key here. Allow the place in you that naturally wants to flow the light to do so while recognizing that even when you're home. Am I even reading the words that are on here? Okay. I'm just gonna read the last thing, and then I already channeled some stuff. Okay, your steady faith and love will guide you through the journey of returning to the light. Okay, I literally heard want, 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 want. Okay, so if you actually heard something from that, then just know that that is a freaking sign that that was a message for you. Because, but I'm really drawn to, first off, Shwana. What? Okay, she said that is how she feels. Okay, freaking awesome. But I also feel that there's somebody in your life that maybe you're putting too much uh like they have to approve what you do, like something along those lines. Like you're not going to be your full self because you feel like they won't like you, or like they're halting your growth somehow. If this is not a relationship person, then this could be like the parent that's still in the back of your mind, like, oh no, don't do that, like don't do spiritual work, or don't try and find yourself, don't take too much time for yourself, like you don't deserve that, you need to get this done, you need to get the housework done, or whatever it is. And it's like, don't allow that to stop you from doing what you feel called and needed to do. And it's not even just that, it's not even what you need to do, but it's like listening to those Facebook YouTube videos and stuff like that, learning more about what makes you happy, instead of just being a slave in the kitchen, or being cleaning the house all the effing time and stuff like that. Okay, yes. And it's almost like you have to do, you don't allow that, like just push that aside, like, hey, it's time now for you to stand up and do what you truly want to do. And it's like, some people aren't going to be happy, and then you're going to have to learn to be okay with that. But it's almost like spirit is pushing you to like keep on going down that path that you need to go. Like it's almost like you have this feeling of things that you would like to either learn about, know about, even within yourself. So whether it's your zodiac sign, whether it's like whatever it is, it's like I just feel like there's so many different curiosities that you have, and spirit's like, yes, it's time to start looking at those. And who cares what anybody else thinks? Just like with my husband, it was the same exact way. It was like, I would watch, those psychic shows and those paranormal shows sometimes only when he wasn't around, because I didn't want the judgment from him, because he'd be like, oh my God, you really believe in that stuff? And then I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I believe in it or not, because I never really explored it. Now look at me. Now I'm a freaking psychic medium, and I do this all the time, and my husband got on board. Sometimes they might not get on board, but that's neither here nor there, because that's going to be the journey unfolding like this freaking lotus. But for right now, we have to make those what is it called, those first steps. Okay. Yes. Don't allow anyone or anything to hold me back. Yes. Keep that going. And then just like, I feel like it's almost like that, what is it called, a journey of like that self kind of thing. So maybe they're not holding you back, but there's something there. There's something there. There's that seed. There's that seed that's planted. I can feel it. But that's the whole thing that they're talking about, is that relationship dynamic. And you know what? Let me pull like a quick romance card. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look, it says free yourself. So first off, this is talking about freeing yourself from that person's, opinions, like literally what I just said. And this freaking confirms it. But let me get another one. Okay. Forgiving and learning. So there was, or there is some kind of like turbulence, and it's like you guys are learning from each other. I don't feel like it's time to end it or anything like that, but whatevs. Yeah. My boy, okay. Marriage keeping me from moving forward. Oh, okay. See? Okay. Amanda says, my boyfriend is the same way. Huge skeptic, and I only watch and listen to things when he's not around. Yes. I think it's hindering me from being able to tap into my abilities. Oh my gosh, but it totally can in a way, because you're trying to suppress that part of you. So what I ended up doing, it was very hard. I'm going to tell you, it's very hard. It is not easy. But what I ended up doing was, when he would come in the room when I was watching it, I wouldn't turn it off, because I would be like, no, this is what I want to do. When I moved to Virginia, I was able to like not be around him. But when he found out that I was going to a psychic fair, like he was like so judgmental about it. He's like, oh, why did you go there? And it's like, I didn't share anything with him, but I started slowly sharing things and not hiding it. So when I would do meditations and all of a sudden things would start coming to me, I would tell him, and he would be like, who's talking to you? Why are you doing that? And I would be like, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but yeah. And now look at it. So it's kind of like a stepping thing, but so basically slowly stop hiding in your relationship, slowly stop hiding what you believe in, your astrology, your cards, whatever it is. You have to slowly start it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can't keep taking the blame for every long journey. Nope. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. After listening to your podcast from this week, I feel better about sharing my belief in all this. Yes, that was a really good podcast, you guys. I released a podcast because you don't know it on Wednesday. You can let me know if you need a link or whatever. But basically, I fought back against religion about how people have this misconception of psychics and mediums. You know how they talk all this trash about us. So then I gave them some of the freaking ammo back. It's like, you know what? Because we're all just like love and light, and we're like, hey, Akuna Matata, you can believe in what you believe in, and you can believe in what you believe in, and then we're just gonna let you freaking like beat us up. And you know what I did? I was like, no, I'm gonna beat you up because you know what? We are told that we are woohoo, we are crazy. They really call it the woohoo world, but our SHIT, our belief is more grounded in science and logic than other freaking religions out there. Like they're the ones that are weird. We're not the ones that are weird. They're the ones that are weird, believing in weird stuff that makes no sense. We're the ones that believe in the stuff that freaking makes sense, that is backed by physics and science and all this stuff. And then we're the ones that getting portrayed weird in freaking like movies and stuff like that. You have to listen to the podcast. It's like over an hour long. So yes. Oh my gosh, Tina. Tina said, love the podcast, share it with my adult kids. Yes, that's what I'm freaking talking about. Thank you. As you guys can tell, I get a little riled up for it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I was in an abusive marriage, and after I left it, my spiritual journey flourished. Yes, probably because you cut those ties. I'm talking about, you cut the ties with the people that, maybe you even stop that, what is it called? The past life karma from repeating itself. Yes, they get mad when you tell them about themselves. Oh yeah, for sure. People don't want to, they don't want to hear like that kind of stuff. They only want to hear the good stuff about themselves too. I was in an, oh yeah, and then there was something else after listening to podcasts from this week. Oh yeah, okay, cool. All right. Let's see. I took a break from my journey. So profound, so many profound things have happened since November 27th. And the one thing is finding Matt Frazier and sees how he helps people. Matt Frazier might be someone you guys want to look into. And here's the thing is like the only problem that I have though is that like your spiritual self and your self here, they're the freaking same. It's not supposed to be separate. It's like it's the same thing. And there was something that it's like, okay, you create habits, you might do your cards and stuff like that, but then after a while your beliefs and stuff like that just become who you are. And then you're constantly getting information from spirit like all the time that just helps you out in your life, just makes it a little bit easier. So when you walk into a room, you know exactly what you came in there for. You can ask them for help. You get almost like what is it called, they tell you really quick, like, okay, shit's going to happen, shit's going to go down, and it's kind of nice because it's like, oh, thank you for that. It's almost like you're walking on a journey, on a path, and then they're like, hey, there's like rough roads ahead, just let you know there's like a storm, but it's totally going to pass. We're here for you. But yeah, there's like, a bad storm. And then you can go through that storm and you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. That was tough. It becomes a part of yourself. Okay, so this is for the Facebook user who is saying goodbye to their parent, Palermino, right? Okay, so first it says, it was my time to go. I just wanted to show you this. And even though maybe they haven't left yet, they're letting you know that it is their time to go. Like, and I know too, like I just celebrated I just late yesterday was my mom's anniversary of her passing. And it's like, oh my God, like, what do you mean it was your time to go, mom? Like, this freaking sucks. Like, what the heck? You were only 59. Like, to me, that's extremely young still. And we might not understand it now, but we will later on. So when you get that card, it's like, hey, there's nothing anybody else could have done. This was written in their soul contract. This was written in their life path. And the other one is, I wish I would have told you more often that I loved you. And I still think that that's their message to you right now, is letting you know, hey, I do love you. I do love you. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you so much. And even if they weren't that type of person, they really do. And that's one of the things that they want to talk about right now. I just feel like a lot like they're not communicating. I just feel like they are already or have been halfway gone, if that makes sense. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting without trying to get too much into it. Okay, this is also new and kind of overwhelming. Hard to know where to start. Yes. Let's see. Okay, let's help out. Travis, like where, with your spiritual journey, where was the easiest place for you to start? With me, it was meditation and fitting up my diet, but then that's kind of boring. So I keep soaking up all the podcasts and starting from yours from the beginning. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's awesome. I would say, like, if you have already learned a lot, you got to start doing. Like, you got to get a card deck and start practicing, or a pendulum, or some kind of divination tool, and then start practicing yourself, or start practicing with the signs, or start practicing with your intuition and things like that. So that's what I say. All right. Tarot oracle cards. That's what Jamie says. Yes. 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 And Shauna, that's what we were talking about. Yes, my marriage is all to blame. Is for his he's so messed up. I'm almost over his ass. Yes, and healing and dealing with pains and tears. It's not me anymore. Yeah, you're a freaking empath, and you're with a freaking narcissist. But the thing is that it's almost like before you end the relationship, it's like that's why they were talking about that path for yourself to where you can get that confidence up, because for some reason it doesn't seem like if you end it that it's going to be ended. It seems like it's going to be one of those things that repeat itself where you break up and get back together, you break up and get back together, and they don't want that. Okay, so how do you pick a card deck? Okay, I can send you something. Okay, meditation is not my friend. No, mine either. Mine either. Okay, so Kelsey's like, go by what you are drawn to card deck. Oracle seems a bit easier to start with. I freaking love Oracle. And so tarot has a lot more support out there. So if you have tarot and you're good at memorizing, then tarot is really, really good. You have free sheets everywhere. It's so big. But the thing is that Oracle is just so much more fun. And then you can go with like the different themes, past life, life purpose, and then you can get ones that are like a hybrid of both. But definitely, Kelsey, yes, go with the ones that you're drawn with. Go to Barnes and Noble. They have metaphysical stores. Don't be scared of them. They're just tools. They're tools to help you connect with yourself. Okay, so Steve said meditation and Reiki. Reiki is always a really good one for a stepping stool. There's so many people who are scared of psychic and mediumship, and they start off with Reiki, and then they work their way up to like psychic mediumship, channeling angels, all that stuff. So very sure. I went to a domestic violence shelter and attended a sound bath yoga group. That's how my journey started. Yes. Meetup.com. I even have a meetup there. We don't do anything in person anymore, but meetup.com is where I learned. I got my group, my spiritual development circle. I went to a card reading class. I did a lot. Also like psychic fairs and stuff like that. I went with people. Okay. Let's see, riding my bike. I would see license plates with a word that had to do exactly what I was thinking about. I freaking love that. Yes. Okay, you guys, I did not get a chance to like take a picture or anything like that, but yesterday was my mom's anniversary of her passing. And then I already seen the name Ellen before I left the house, which was my mom's name. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I need another sign. As we were turning the corner, like literally right after we left the house, there's this new building. And you know what the name of the company that took over the building? It's Ellie, which is my mom's like name. That's what we called her. Her nickname was Ellie. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom. Okay. So Kimberly says, reading everything I could research right now and taking classes, getting back to being better at reading cards, meditation. Tarot is a life journey, and I'm still learning new things after 30 years. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Feel like I always knew that I was gifted and an empath. That is awesome. Like, okay, like who here feels like they have gifts? Like I did not like at all. Like I felt like everybody else had gifts and I didn't have no gifts. And I was kind of pissed about it, to be honest. I was like, why do they get that? How come I don't get that gift? But no, each one of us does have it. Every single person on this freaking planet has the gift, but it's just natural to some than others. I didn't open up until like what? I think I was 33. I'm 39. Is that right? I think so. I think that's right. Okay, sound baths. Sound baths are freaking crazy, man. They will help you feel like you have an out-of-body experience. I started listening to the podcast on a psychic story. That's how I found you. Yes, that was a really good freaking podcast. So a psychic story is a really good podcast too. That's not my podcast, but I was a guest on there. And that's when I talk about my journey of being really scared of that kind of thing. My podcast is a spiritual AF life, but both of them are very, very good. Okay, hi, Colleen. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see what else. Every day is a school day. Jenny, bam, microphone drop. Yes. Hay House usually has a sale on card decks. Yes, they do. I think they might have one too that's going on now. I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is love, compassion, and meadow, vulnerability. Ooh. I literally am getting nothing else from these cards. Literally nothing else. It's like crickets. So I don't know. I don't even like these cards very much. You know what? This is funny. This Earth Magic deck, I used to have them years ago, and then I sold them without even opening them. I was like, yeah, I don't think I want these cards. And I sold them, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to have them. And so I ended up buying them, and now I see the reason why I sold them to begin with. They're not for me. All right, let's do this one. Okay. I found you through the psychic story also. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. See, I love that. That was a really good podcast. I love that podcast too, because they have a lot of like interesting people that are on there. And I remember like Nicole, that's the podcast host there. And she was like, Heather, why do you keep on saying you were scared? And I'm like, because I was freaking scared. Sorry, there's a spammer on Facebook. I was like, I was freaking scared, man. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, you don't understand. Like, okay. If you haven't listened to this part of my podcast, this is a story that I tell, and it is freaking true. Okay, just really quick. I am in like the south, like boondocks of Georgia. I'm way out in the freaking country. My neighbors are Texas Longhorns. Okay, I am by myself, and I used to love Sylvia Brown on Montel Williams. But the thing is that it scared the shit out of me. Okay, and so I would think that if I watched it for too long, the ghosts would get me. And so then I'm like watching it one day, and I only allowed myself to watch it for like 10 minutes, and then I would have to turn it off, and then I would have to come back on later on because I was afraid that they would come and get me. Okay, like the ghosts would like start haunting me. So I'm watching, Sylvia Brown, and my son is in the room sleeping. And as I'm watching her, oh my God, I'm getting chills because this is so crazy. She says, oh, sometimes spirits around you, they will like, make electronics go off and things like that to try and get your attention. At that moment, my son's swing started swinging, okay, by itself. It got turned on, like, and like the music, the baby swing, and then it has music like, at that same moment, I was like, ah, like I freaking ran out of the house, left my son there, and I was like, oh my God, it's freaking crazy. And so I was like, I was so scared. I didn't want to go back inside of the house. And then I was like, oh my God, I could never ever watch Sylvia Brown again. So yes, it's scary at first. Feel people like judging you. Yes. Okay, well, it might be a runner for me in love. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't remember how I found you either, Amanda. You used to watch her? Yes. And I read probably like every single one of her books. Ooh, look at this. A Raven Spirit's Truth. I have no idea who this is for though. I don't know what we need to do, you guys. I need to think for a second. Okay, that's called Brown Pants Moment. Yes. Oh, hey, Rachel, how you doing? For some reason, I feel like I've been thinking about you lately. When Spirit tells me something to say, a person in that moment, that's when I feel a little bit weird. When Spirit tells me something to say to a person in that moment, that's when I feel a little bit weird. Yes. And sometimes we'll get like those hunches, where we have to tell somebody something and things like that. And I always like say to Spirit, I'm like, okay, this is on you then. This is on you. If you're bringing it to me, then I know that I'm supposed to say something. But I don't like doing that. I always say to Spirit, I'm like, okay, are you sure? Okay. I always put a protection bubble around my TV whenever I watch paranormal shows. Yes. Those make me nervous sometimes. Psychic shows always feel more positive. Yes. I do that. Like I had to do that with thrillers. And like I was watching this movie the other day, and it's like I tell you what, like the amount of plexiglass, like imaginatory of like plexiglass that I had over my TV was like huge, because I was like, this needs to like get out of my energy. Like especially if you're an empath, like it's crazy what the TV does. Like my TV is in like the most secure thing. Like none of this energy is getting out. Okay. So good morning. What the heck? I didn't even remember. This is number 44. It's toadstools, and it's growth. Number 44. I don't like this deck either. I don't like any of my effing decks right now. 1 second. I have wait. I have this one card deck. Oh, and you guys, in the next like week or two, I am going to have like a really freaking cool coffee and cards. Like it's going to be so freaking epic. I was asking Spirit if I should tell you guys about it, and Spirit said no. So I got it. It's going to be a surprise. But have you guys seen it? Am I so weird? This is the Britney Spears Oracle deck. 1 second. Okay. So, Ishika. Ooh, the ringleader. Just really quick. Let's just have some fun really quick. The ringleader. Oh my God. And I opened up right to the... Oh my God, you guys, wait a second. I just got chills. I opened up right to the page. Guess what freaking page it was? Guess what page number it was? You can't even make this up. It is number. You tell me. I'm going to read this for you. Britney stepped triumphantly back into the spotlight in 2008 with her release of Circus. Okay. The Circus era was all about reclaiming her rightful place as a princess of pop. Its massive success, including a global world tour, is an important lesson to finding your strength out of a setback. All eyes on you. Remember, you're the ringleader. You call the shots. So close. You guys are close. It's a special number to me. 59 because of my mom. Isn't that funny? And yeah, it's so cool. So the saying that, hey, you have the power, girlfriend. Okay. It's saying that you are the ringleader. You call the shots. It's really talking about stepping up. And also like for some reason, it's also talking about choices too. So being more confident in your choices that you have. And it's almost like, you know, that saying where they're like, people are scared of failing, but some people are more afraid of like, what if you fly? That's the kind of, vibe that I'm getting from that. And it's almost like stepping up into your worthiness too. And I feel too that they're saying that that has like stopped you from really going to that next level. And it's like whether it's going to be investing the money in yourself and your business or something along those lines. For some reason, they're really showing me you having entrepreneurial skills. So I don't know if that's something that you were interested in, but it's coming across very strong. So even if it could be like a side business or something along those lines, but it's really talking about right now that your true self is stepping up, and they want you to step up into being your true self and really owning your power in like every area of your life. But for some reason, they're really talking about career and money. Okay. I don't know why. It could be even better than it is. Like, yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Let go fears. 59, Jenny Joe. Yes. 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 Oh, Colleen, a little bit of that too for you, the ringleader. Let's see what else. Okay. Ooh, Jenny Joe too. Look at this. It is some of these cards I don't like. This, it says the beach babe. Let me see what this says. I don't even know why I have these on my freaking. Maybe I should do this for tomorrow's podcast because I do a reading on Mondays. So let's see. Simply being by water can ground and restore your spirit and help you connect with the elements. Water, whether it's the sweeping wilderness of the ocean or a simple stream in the backyard, is a force of nature, just like Brittany herself. The beach babe shows us that you're never too old to play in the sand and marvel the majesty of the world around you. But for some reason, that thing about water is really standing out to me too. And I feel like they're talking about emotions when it comes to that. So making sure that you're honoring your emotions, getting your emotion out in a healthier way. So whether it's going to be journaling, crying in the freaking shower, or something along those lines, that is going to help out. But they're also talking about a connection to nature. At the same time, they're literally telling me you are going out in water or something along those lines. If you have plans or you just got out of the water or something along those things. This is also number 9. So that could be the month of September as well. So let me know how that works. Yes. And with the Barbie movie out, kind of fitting. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Pool. Okay, pool. Okay, yes, like doing that, enjoying that. Okay, definitely. Wow, I'm in Florida and love the beach. It's where I go to ground. Birthday in September. Birthday in September. Yes. Okay, the Space Princess. Who is this for? Yes, it's a season I'm in, trying time. Okay, maybe it's the one that says you're in Florida. But I feel like I didn't pull this for any particular person, but it could be the one that says I'm in Florida and love the beach. It's where I go to ground, and it's the Space Princess. So let me just see. Oh, you guys, I just opened up to the freaking thing again. Who knew that the Britney Spears Oracle deck could be so? I think I am going to use it for our podcast today. And it's number 71. And it says, can you blame the astronaut and Oops, I Did It Again video for venturing to the depths of the sea to bring Britney the heart of the ocean? We certainly can't. The Oops video and accompanying album saw Britney taking things to the next level. Bigger videos, bigger dance breaks, and bigger pop domination. In her red cat suit, Space Britney shows us exactly why she became a superstar. You just can't take your eyes off her as she executes every move flawlessly and captivates the entire space station. The Space Princess is a symbol of confidence and empowerment. The sky or the stars, yep, is the limit for you. Bam. I just feel like right there, we have to like stop settling a little bit. Oh my God. Yes. I don't know. We got to move on a little bit. We got to do pick a card, I think. Okay. We're using Britney Spears. Love me some Britney Spears. Okay. So we're definitely going to use Britney Spears for the pick a card. Yes. Like new people are going to be like, what kind of show does Heather run? Ooh, man. Okay. The waves of the ocean just help release stress. Yes. Yes. And I'm going to be, you guys, like how often do I do coffee and cards? Every single freaking week. And you know what? I am totally feeling like a lot of freaking energy right now. There's a lot of energy. Like I am sweating practically. And I don't always do this, so I don't get it. But I just want to tell you guys that the spirit is around you. Flows the vibes. Yes. Okay. So we're going to do pick a card because it might take me a minute to get through all of it. So if you came here with a question or Maybe you want some guidance. You want to know what Brittany wants to tell you. So you're going to choose A, B, or C. Which one of them has a message for you? A, B, or C? It's so funny because I feel like there's a lot more energy coming from B and C, but I felt A when I touched it. So maybe I'll take all of the messages. Okay, I'm rubbing my hands together because I'm a big feeler. So if you're an empath, if you're someone that cries in the movies, if you're the one that, really can feel what others are feeling, then you might be a really good feeler. So put A in your hands and feel it. Put B in your hands and feel it. Put C in your hands and feel it. See, B and C feel really strong to me, like as in like solid, but A, I feel tingly. So maybe A has something that like I need to work on or something along those lines, something that I need to hear to really help out. But if you were one that's like a really big hearer, maybe you have like a really keen sense of hearing, then maybe A, B, or C. Maybe it sounds like I'm saying one of them higher or even lower than the other. So right now, when I say A, B, and C, A seems like it's down a little bit. So that's the odd one out. So I'm going to choose A. And then you can even put them in your mind's eye, A, B, or C. So if you're like a very vivid dreamer, if you're one that can just imagine, you have a really good imagination, then you can be very clairvoyant. And so putting A, B, and C, and then seeing if any of them stand out to you. So right now, B and C are so strong, but A is like not that strong when I visualize it. So I definitely think there's a message there for me for A. Oh, that must be the A is up in my face, wide view, and B is faded. So a little bit for B for me too. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I cannot wait. So guess what? I did 2 cards for each one of them. So the first one, A, is going to be self-care because I don't know, like we can never do enough self-care, I swear to God. Oh, beauty. Ooh, I love it. It says, today you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well in the world. But it also is telling you that you are freaking beautiful, okay? You are beautiful inside and out, okay? And you got to give yourself a little bit of slack, okay? Yeah, you might not have the body that you did when you were 20, or you might not feel like you're as beautiful, but this is freaking saying that you are. And you also are very beautiful to the people that are around you, okay? So even though you might be like me and obsessing over your crow's feet and your fine lines and wrinkles and things like that, dude, you are great. You are wonderful. And you really to appreciate that beauty, okay, that you have within yourself and also on the outside. And I feel like they're saying now is a time for you to really try and just step into it. Step into that 2.0 version of you. For some reason, I know that we have like beauty in the inside, beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that stuff, but I really do get that external beauty thing. So do things that make you feel good on the outside, whether it's when you put on some lipstick, putting on cute hat, buying yourself something that's going to make you feel good in your body. That is going to be one of the things, because as I channel in a little bit for us, that's another reason why that you are not getting as many like signs and things like that. And it's because you might be, too down on yourself, that could lower your vibration, talking smack about yourself or whatever. Or it's going to be the opposite, where you need to like get some new clothes. You have to go shopping today, get yourself a cute pair of shoes, get yourself some rings or whatever it is, and make yourself feel good, especially on that outside. Okay. Yes. Yes. Randy, stop making me cry. Yes. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Okay. And here's another thing that was coming up with this too, is like that shallow hell kind of feeling, where it's like you are so beautiful on the outside that you don't realize how beautiful you come across on the you're so beautiful on the inside that how beautiful you are really does radiate on the outside. So you are truly way more beautiful than you might think. Okay. Okay. A is making me cry too. I just love it. Okay. And then you ready for the Britney Spears card? Ooh, it's the professional. This is interesting. Let's look, shall we? Oh, I did not open up to the, see, some of these cards are really good and then some of them are kind of weird. One second. So the professional for A is really talking about number 52 and number 53. And it says, Britney headed to Las Vegas for a residency at Planet Hollywood in 2013 and continued doing her thing in front of packed audiences until 2017. Piece of Me dominated Las Vegas Strip and made residencies the hot new thing for performers like Backstreet Boys and Jennifer Lopez. That's our girl, always setting the trends. Britney's stint in Las Vegas was a brilliant as the neon lights themselves. Each night she took the stage and delivered a crowd-pleasing set for her biggest hits. The professional knows how to get the job done. This is now, it's so funny because this card talks about like your beauty, you know, outside, and this is talking about the inner badass that you have. Okay, so you have to make a plan. You have to start making your freaking dreams come true. This is what this card is saying, is that you have everything inside of you, and now you got to start making, you know, your dreams come true, whatever that is, whether it's going to be like a new job, you know, going ahead and, you know, stuff with your family, whatever it is, you have to start taking those steps now. Or maybe this is saying that you have taken those steps and to keep on going, making sure that you are also getting that support. Brittany couldn't have done the Las Vegas thing or whatever without a zillion freaking people helping her. Do you think that she was going to every single freaking meeting and paying everybody and all that stuff? No, she has a community around her that is helping her out. And the same thing with you. So if you feel, if you chose card A, that your dreams are too far out of reach, then get some help, get some people behind you, even if they're cheerleaders just trying to cheer you along, you know, whenever you get stuck in your own head. But this is definitely a card too that is showing that you have, I know it sounds crazy, but the entrepreneurial thing, that you definitely have the ability to do things, you know, more solo, you know, even though you're going to have like support behind the scenes and stuff like that, but you have that. And it's almost like stepping into that badass vibe that you have. Stop making excuses. Stop saying that's going to be tomorrow. Stop saying that you don't have enough money. Stop saying that you don't have enough time. Okay. You can Google the stuff for free and get information. You can join those Facebook groups that have to do with whatever you're doing, and then start taking those steps. Stop like cutting it off before you even like get there. Stop cutting it off before you even start. Bam. I'll take that. I'll take that, man. Beauty and beauty. Like this is like the whole thing. I love that. Okay, so you ready for B? Yes, it resonates. Okay. All right. So here is B. Release. And it says, sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. Okay. So if you chose card B, this is literally talking about your mind, too many thoughts coming in. You gotta like release some of those thoughts. You probably heard it a zillion times. Now it's zillion and one. But basically they're saying, okay, there's SHIT that you have to let go of. Let go of some excuses, some of your bad habits, and even the people that are in your life. Doesn't mean that you have to like just like cut them off and stuff like that, but maybe you can find other people to, you know, hang out with and those kinds of things. But they're really saying that this is stopping you from whatever area that you had a question about, because it can be like, oh my gosh, but you know, I was talking about a job. Well, this is saying that maybe you need to let go of those, you know, bad thoughts that you keep on having about yourself because it's stopping you from getting that good job. Or maybe this is saying that, hey, you really need to forgive one of your parents because maybe they planted some seeds that are stopping you from finally moving or finally finding the love of your life. So see how those things can all intertwine with each other. And that's what's really happening when we got card B. Also, you are going to be one of those that's really connecting to nature. All right. So you really need to get outside of your house. This is a lot about, I get this feeling with a lot of people with card B, is keeping yourself inside of like your comfort zone and inside of a box, and really needing to like branch out too, but also not just with like your body, but with your mind. Okay. Like you really need to, you know, try different avenues, different approaches, you know, really releasing your consistency. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna look at card B, and I think more information is gonna come through. Oh my gosh, beach babe. It was so funny because as soon as I seen this and I was talking about like the environment and outside and things like that, I was also thinking, I'm like, okay, people are going to the beach or something like that. People are having fun, and I'm actually supposed to be going to the beach today, but I don't know if I'm actually going to because my husband's sick. So this is talking about too. It's so funny because got you. Okay, sorry. I was just asking Spirit. I was like, what in the world is going on? Like, how do these two cards relate to each other? But this is talking about having more fun. This is literally talking about more fun. So if you chose card B, that is going to be on your agenda. That's going to be on your agenda today, is to stay in the moment. Okay. And it's saying to stay in the moment, having some more fun. That's going to like, you know, raise your vibration up. If you chose card B, you seriously have all the permission in the world right now to let your house stuff go. Who cares about the laundry? Who cares about the house? Okay. And you just need to go have fun. Go on a freaking bike ride, go to the freaking beach, have some fun in the freaking water. Like you need to do this. even if you don't have any money or whatever, go walk to a freaking park, okay, and have a freaking picnic, okay? This is talking about too much stress is going on and too much worrying is going on with the card B peeps, okay? So we just have to release our expectations, and then who cares? Allow things to go because they can fall into place, and sometimes they won't fall into place if we're holding on too tight, okay? And Randy's like, I get to go kayaking today. Yes, I'm going to make my whole family go today. Yes, Randy. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And Facebook user says, that's crazy. So that must be a good thing. Both are so me and repeated messages. And that's what sucks too, is that spirit will keep on giving you the messages if you haven't gotten it yet. Or maybe just saying that you just need to keep more. Like this is where your focus needs to be, is on that fun. Resonating with me, just thinking about having fun today. Yes. And that's literally all I've been trying to do for the last week. And I've been having a lot of fun, but now my house is like, whoo, like my husband's been trying to clean up the kitchen, and you know how that goes when husbands clean up kitchens. So yes, maybe I should go to the beach without him. Maybe not. I don't know. All right. So here is card C. I want to take like all these messages. Okay. So self-worth. Okay. But I also feel too like celebrations with this, you know, maybe birthday kind of situation, you know, coming up, some kind of celebratory thing, graduation. That is what I get a lot of people who chose card C, reasons to celebrate. All right. And it says, why settle for crumbs when you deserve the whole meal? But you know what's really kind of funny is when I tune into this card, I feel like the card C people have been working on this. Like they understand, and they have been trailblazers inside of their families and stuff like that with overcoming, you know, previous, you know, generations of self-worth issues. So I really feel like this card C is really talking about celebrating you and celebrating everything that you have come through, everything that you have done. I also feel like the number 7, so that's kind of, you know, spiritual number, but also this month too. So there's reasons to celebrate you and your accomplishments for what you have done like this month and also coming up. Okay, so I freaking love this card. And let's see the Brittany card because I can help out. Ooh, the Starlet. You can see it. Instagram has like the best picture. Ooh, the Starlet. Okay, I want to see what it says. Oh, darn. Did not open up to the same one again. Okay. Here we go. It's number 74 and number 75. Okay. And it says, Britney turned glitz and glam up to 100 with her 2000 Grammys look. For her big moment in the spotlight, she chose a simple and classic pure white Randolph Duke gown and accessorized it with a diamond necklace and fur stole an old Hollywood vibe that suited her classic beauty and added greater elegance to the pop star persona. It's so gorgeous that the look has often been included on lists of the best red carpet looks of all time, and for good reason. Britney was beginning her transition from youth pop star to a young woman, and this elegant ensemble told the world that big things were in store. The Starlet is all about the power of glamour to boost your mood and make a statement even without the red carpet. First off, who has seen Britney in this outfit? It says it's the greatest look of all time. I don't remember this. I think I'm going to have to Google it. So let me know because I am really genuinely curious. But if you chose card C, guess what? You have got to step up. So maybe you have been overcoming some of those self-worth issues. Maybe you understand that, yeah, it's a thing. But guess what? You need to go further. You need to go more. You need to buy those effing shoes that like you would like, oh my God, there's no way I'm buying these shoes, right? No, you have got to buy those shoes. You have got to go take that trip. I don't care what anybody says. And then once you commit to it, then you freaking tell spirit, hey, I want a refund. I want money back. Okay. And then trust that they're going to give you that money back. Trust that things are going to fall into place. Trust it. Be like, hey, if you chose card C, you are wanting those things in your life for a reason because you freaking deserve them. And even though that, you know, we are taught like, oh, we shouldn't, you know, be attached to material things and stuff like that. There is nothing wrong with freaking enjoying material things here on this planet because guess what? When we go to the other side, there's no freaking material things. Okay. We can't like absorb it like we can here. My husband has a Grand National. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but if any guy knows that my husband has a Grand National, their freaking mind is blown. Okay. And they're like, oh my God, you have a freaking Grand National. That is like the freaking coolest car, blah, 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 blah. And I talked to my husband one day and I was like, dude, I want to go to the other side because this place sucks. Okay. I'm like, you can go to the other side. And he was like, no, because I love my Grand National. And he was like, and my Grand National is awesome. And I'm like, yeah, but you have a Grand National over on the other side. And then you don't have to worry about wrecking it or anything like that. And then he's like, no, he was like, my Grand National, it sits in the garage, is better than any freaking Spirit Grand National. And it's true because when he's driving it, he gets this feeling. And I don't know if he races, and then, you know, if he does, when he takes it to the racetrack and stuff like that, it's that adrenaline. And we don't get that experience over on the other side because on the other side, everything is perfect and handy, you know, whatever. Over here is where the unknown is. So it's like, oh my gosh, like when I go to the other side, every time I pick a card, you know, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be wonderful. Here, I get to pick out all these freaking cards. I get to have those experiences. So who knows? Like another story I want to tell you too is that I loved that movie with Adam Sandler and freaking Jennifer Aniston, Just Go With It. And that's when she goes into like Rodeo Drive and she gets the shoes and everything else. And then she's like, ooh, I think I want 2 pairs so I could just cuddle, right? And well, me and my husband, we went to Lord and Taylor when it was open. And there was like the shoes that I really, really wanted, and we didn't get them. So finally, it was like 6 months later and stuff like that. And finally, my husband's like, Heather, I really want you to get those shoes. And I'm like, oh my God, are you sure? Oh my God, I'm going to go get those shoes. Well, guess what? The shoes were like freaking 50% off. And then I opened up a Lord and Taylor card. So I got an extra 30% off. And guess what? I bought 2 of them so I could just cuddle. I got them in black and I also got them in nude. And I'm like, ooh, oh my gosh. I tore my Achilles right afterwards. And so I couldn't really wear them much because they're really high heels. But yes, buy the freaking shoes. Do something that's like you love. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. Because you know what? If it was somebody else in your life, you would tell them the same thing. You would be like, you should do this for you because it makes you feel good. You'd probably even buy them the shoes. You'd buy them the freaking car. And so that's what they're saying. It's like, you deserve this. You deserve it. You deserve it. Go freaking do it. Don't feel bad. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's going on a cruise. Go by yourself. Freaking, there's like groups out there where you can go on cruises with them or whatever it is. Stop making excuses. This is like, you deserve it, girlfriend. Get on with your bad self. Okay. And then it says both are okay. Yes, yes. Not a guy, but that's awesome. Okay. Trailblazers, keyword. Yes. Nice. Okay. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, people are like, wait a second, is that Britney Spears? Yes, it is. Okay. It's a Britney Spears Oracle card deck. I love that. I'm going to take all of these as well. So, okay. R&R today. Yes. Pool today. Yes. Yes. And I might be doing that too because hubby was sick when, yeah, I came downstairs and he was like laying on the couch sleeping sick. So maybe it will be an R&R day. Yesterday was not. There you go. Go to the beach by yourself. A and B are perfect. Everyone have a lovely day. You too, Christine. And I had so much fun. I hope that you did too. And yes, Grand National all the way. See, someone knows what a Grand National is. Okay, so I think I'm going to use the Britney Spears Oracle deck for tomorrow's podcast. So make sure that you tune into that. And then I will post the daily cards on Instagram and Facebook. So you guys will get your messages for this week. All right. Yes, all of them have self-love and self-care for this week. All right. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Sunday. All right. Take care.